What's up, guys? Welcome back to JMoto. Today I'm going to do a quick video on Trackside stands, paddock stands, bike stands. I picked up a couple. They're budget friendly. The brand is called Trackside, and I've got the rear and front stands, and I'm just going to show you what they look like, what I think of them, and show you why how they work on both these bikes, which actually have a different way of putting them up on the rear side. Here they are. So this is the rear one, and this is the front one. The rear one has two different attachment styles. It has this one, which is good for if you have the spool sliders, which I put on my Kawasaki. And then what you want to do if you have to use your other bike that doesn't have the spool slider set up, then you undo this and switch it, which I'll show you, and put this this block style up. You can also see, as you can see, you can adjust it based on the width of the tire and the width of the back wheel, which I do have to do between these two bikes, the Kawasaki Z and the Suzuki V-Strom. So I've got them set up now for the Kawasaki because it was the one that I had in the stands before. So I'll just show you how to put them on there, or just put them on there quick in case you don't know how to do it. And this is the front one. So you need a rear one if you're going to use a front one. You can't use a front one by itself. You can use a rear one by itself. Okay, so first thing you want to do is take this, put in the little slot groove, and there you go. Now you have a handle. So you're going to come up. You're going to line each of these parts with the spool sliders. As you can see, they weren't not going to line up right now because you need to have the bike straight, which is why it's easier if you have somebody else to help you, but I'll at least need two hands while I'm doing it. So you kind of hold the bike straight with one hand, line these up on either side with the other hand, make sure you got both of them good, start applying some pressure, and it's just going to lift up and back. Then you set it down. So it's decently sturdy. I think it does a pretty good job of holding it up. That's what it looks like. That's how much clearance you kind of get off the ground with it. So it's not bad. I was pretty happy with it. I actually got that one first, and then I ended up getting the front one because I was doing the brakes on my front wheel, and it just made it a little bit easier to have the front paddock stand. This front one's definitely a little bit harder to do than the back one. I also I don't like that fit as much either. Fits a little bit better on my Suzuki than it does this bike, but that doesn't just scream confidence to me that way. See, this one's on there decent enough. But this connection right here kind of gets in the way of it, having a nice seat. And I think it throws this one off too. You can see that one's not square like this one is. So I don't love the front side stand on here. It makes me a little bit nervous. It's definitely not as secure as the back one is. That's what they both look like together at the same time. So taking them down is pretty much just the reverse process. It's a little bit more nerve-wracking if you're by yourself. You got to just do it really slow. So I've got the kickstand down. I'm just going to go really slow with it, letting it down, and then make sure it goes to the right side where the kickstand is. So you can totally do it yourself. Once you do it a couple times, you get the hang of it. It's not too bad. So as you can see on this back one, I actually have a spot for spool sliders. So I could use spool sliders. If I bought some spool sliders for this, I could use this side of it. But the distance between here and here is actually a little wider on this bike anyways, so I have to adjust this nut anyways. So I'm going to show you what you have to do to basically flip it around. It's really simple. So this is a 3/4 inch nut. I'm just going to loosen it. So then you flip it. So that's like that. Now I'm going to hand tighten it because I want to line it up on my bike. Wrong way. Flip it like this. I'm just going to hand tighten it for now so that I can line it up to where I need it for my bike. Do the same to the other side. But now I want to get an idea about how far away these two are. So this is it's pretty close now. And if I straighten the bike out, I get a better idea of it. So I got to come in a little bit more on the other side. Yeah. Now that I'm happy with the distance, you can tighten it up on both sides. Now it's the same procedure. I'm going to line them up. Straighten the bike out with one hand. You can see it's not always easy to do by yourself. You could have somebody straighten the bike for you. It really helps. Now I'm under it. Just going to apply pressure. There you go. So as you can see, this has a different, just kind of sits right on there, the flat block. On both sides. And it's got a little protection here so that it doesn't slide out. The front does not fit as well on this either. But you can put it up on it. Just takes a little finessing. There you go. Again, I don't love the front fit. I'm fine with that on this side. That looks sturdy. But when you come over here and you see how this is not even touching the bottom because this piece gets in the way. I don't love the front stand fit on either one, but the back is okay. And as you can see, you get a decent amount of clearance.